So as some of you guys already know, me and AG Hayden are actually creating a dating app product, which is why I thought this was appropriate breaking down this video. So in this video, Abba and Preache actually go down the line and they look at a bunch of different guys that are not doing that great on the dating scene. I thought as a dating coach myself that it would be very beneficial to go through and break down why it is that each of these guys individually is not doing that great. I was looking at this, I watched about 90% of it, and then I uploaded and downloaded it and put it up here so I could record this. And the information I'm putting out there I think is extremely valuable because it's stuff that even I, a few years back, would have made the same mistakes. I made the same mistakes, and I thought for me, dating apps were just not my thing. I thought my thing was going out and approaching girls in bars and clubs, and I do really good there, so why don't I just stick it out there? But there's so many things that you can do as an individual to help out your online dating, and there's so many different avenues. And I'm looking at these guys right here just absolutely biffing it hard. There's so many things that they can do to help themselves out, and I hope that they actually do watch this video, because if they do, if you're watching this video, one of the guys is in this video, I hope this honestly helps you out. There's no hate here from me whatsoever. It's just constructive feedback. A lot of you guys wanted to get better at this anyways, I imagine, and some of you also may not want to get better at women, and I'll get into that here in a second too. So let's jump into it.
Yo, bitch, I got some buzzes clawing on my fucking stomach. I'm from the shadows, let the gallows make this.
No. I'm not hurt by that comment.
I've never seen no shit like this before in my life. You've never had a match ever?
Not on this. I got like one match on Tinder, and that was like a while back, and that did not work out. Yeah, no. I am the world's most undateable boy or man, or whatever gender you assume me to be.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Okay, so first and foremost, this guy obviously is very nervous. Even in this interview, he doesn't think very highly of himself. He even is putting on, he looks like he wants to cry right now in this video. But let's look at it this way. Okay, so let's say that we took on hardcore looks maxing repertoire. Let's say that like we're gonna look at it from that angle. To be fair, that would help this guy out so much. Like there's just so many things he could do. First and foremost, he could definitely work out. Secondly, he could work on his hairstyle. He can clean up his hairstyle. His hairstyle is very prim and proper, and he can do so much with that. He also takes on a very apologetic demeanor, smile, everything like that. He could also get braces. He could also change his style and his fashion, because he's wearing clothing here that does not at all make him look that great, which again, I think he's actually in uniform at this place. I don't know how he dresses out and about, but he could dress a lot better than I imagine he is dressing. Now, let's get into this and let's hear a little bit more from this guy.
Yeah.
Keep your head up, bud.
Kinda have to. Otherwise, my neck's gonna break.
This is the thing, right? So since everything is like changed over time, right? You're noticing that now most people are meeting through online dating, right? And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think online dating is positive in a lot of ways. You get to meet people you would never meet and interact with possibly. You have an opportunity to, try to talk to as many people as possible. But I'm going to speak specifically to the men, because I think the male and the female experience on online dating is completely different.
It is.
Guys, if you aren't the most physically attractive, especially like towards your face, okay? Don't push yourself on online dating or make it your avenue to meet people, because it is the worst way for you.
It's
Okay,
going to be deceptive.
one, your height doesn't translate super well in online dating. Okay,
Deceiving.
pretty much it's like a face thing, right? And then from there, your height and all that stuff factors in. But like, if you don't got it, you don't got it, right? So rather than put your fucking self-esteem through that beating if it can't handle it, go.
So this is my problem with this. I've known a lot of guys who actually suffered on dating apps that span it around to a full 180. I've worked with multiple companies that were in this industry, in the dating apps industry, and I was a head coach for one of them, and we turned guys' situations completely around. Now, here's the thing. This guy in the last video, I have a very close friend of mine who actually made a video about this, and it's 110% true. You think you want to get better with women? No, you don't. And I'll say this too, because I was actually in that headspace too. I can remember times where I was going out and approaching girls, and I would purposely get rejected. And there's something in you that has this dark kind of, this almost like this fear, or it's like a dark kind of energy, like a good energy, feeling like I'm the wounded warrior. And so you end up liking your prison. You end up liking the fact that girls don't like you. You end up liking the fact that you're gonna be alone, because it's this almost perverse high. And so this gentleman, this kid that was in the last video, if I were to be honest, the guy, there's so many avenues this kid could take that he could like improve his looks if he wanted to. He could also do the things that I talk about on my channel in general. But if we're going to go down the avenue of looks mattering that much, which in dating apps, I'm not going to lie, dating apps, it does matter a little bit more. But here's the thing. It matters a lot more in dating apps, but it's something that you can completely fix. And so for me, I told you guys in the last video that I made, I took about 3,000 to 5,000 photos, probably around 4,000, and I broke them down. I vetted them. I showed them the girls. I tried out different fashions. And when something would work, let's say like photo would work, I would look at the photo and say to myself, why is this photo working? And then I backwards engineer it, and I'd use what I learned from that to keep taking more photos and take more effective photos. And then I'm taking photos that instead of maybe 1 in like 2 to 300, maybe 2 and 1 in 500 looks good. Now maybe 1 in 50 looks good. Maybe now 1 in 25, maybe now in 20, maybe 1 in 10, because I'm learning the factors from the previous photos and I'm taking that with me. I'm learning new tricks, new styles, new ways to make myself laugh and being authentic. Because I'll say this, the way that this looks in a photo, if you take a still right now from this photo right here, from this video, it's you could take it from any period, and I will actually change an attractiveness to a girl depending on what emotional state I'm in. If I'm in my head, if I'm feeling very relaxed, if I'm feeling kind of cocky with it, if I'm starting to put off this kind of energy, the photos will actually go up in how attractive I look to a girl. Now, this is obviously, again, if you don't look, so this kid, to be fair, I know the way this kid's taking his photos. He's not looking socially intelligent in his photos. He's not looking like he's not, all right, here's the thing. If you guys are watching this right now, look at the guys who are doing really good on Tinder. Look at the way they're doing their photos. Look at the way how crisp their photos are. Look at the way they're if they're looking at the camera, are they not? Are they doing a certain pose? Are they doing a certain style? What is working in your area? And what guys are at the very top? Look at them, study them, and copy them relentlessly. Because if you do what they're doing, you're gonna get the same results. Now again, you can't really change too much about this. What I did was I didn't have as strong a jawline, so what I grew out a beard. Some of you guys can't grow out a beard. But can you change your hairstyle? Can you change your style in general? Can you do a litany of different things to make yourself stand out? Fuck yes, you can. I've studied this, and I honestly still, even after studying this for so long, haven't reached my peak in how effective my dating apps can get. And I also haven't reached the peak in how effective I can make the dating apps of my clients. There isn't a ceiling that I've hit yet. There's so much you can do. And so many people want to look at a dating app and look at all the things you can't control. Yes, there's so many things you can't control, but there's so many things that you can control. And I hope in this video to show you guys that in this, if it does come down to it, the only message I want you guys to leave this with is there's always, always, always something in your control. And it doesn't help you out to focus on that which you can't control. This kid wants to be stuck in his pain. I know how it is. I was in the same place. I was horrendous with girls. I thought that I'd be alone forever. I know how this feels. I know how this kid feels. I've been exactly where he is. And I also felt helpless. So if you're feeling helpless, just know this. You might be feeling like you're spinning your tires right now, but through enough consistent effort, eventually the results you get become exponential. Right now, it might not feel like you're improving at all. You put in enough effort though, eventually, starts little by little going up. It's about consistent, intelligent effort. If you guys want to get better at dating apps, consistent, intelligent effort.
Find ways where it's more optimal to you. The guy in question was relatively tall, probably like 5'8", 5'9", so still, above average height, okay? Decent build. If he was in a social environment with social activities, right, where you're naturally talking to the opposite sex and you're meeting people on a regular basis, he would meet women.
He would have more chances to showcase something else than just face and this. Because what you see on Tinder is really quick.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So my point is like, understand what your skill sets are, what you have, okay? Because Tinder, nobody knows your personality. They're not going to get to know you. They're not going to be like, oh my God, this guy looks like he's funny. That's not happening. They're looking at your face and they're swiping. So if you're not having success there, it's because you're...
Girls, there's a... Here, I'm going to do this for you guys really fast. I'm going to show you guys 2 different photos of me. One photo is going to be really good. The other one isn't. And what you're going to see is one photo, this photo right here. This photo, if you guys look at it, it's an apologetic smile. This photo would kill me in regards to dating apps. I would get murdered. Now, this photo right here, this photo has done me wonders. It's been rated really high, and notice the difference in how I'm smiling. One is authentic, the other one isn't. One is being authentic and here and having fun and being free and outflowing and playful. The other one is me being in my head. This photo right here, to be fair, is actually from me and my friends joking. We're teasing and joking, and I was talking to this couple. This other photo was just before this happened. And I was in my head because I felt like, oh, I shouldn't be taking a photo here. So I'm doing apologetic smiling. That photo would do trash. But in the same outfit, in the same look, I look tenfold better in this photo. It's because of the way I feel. Girls actually will look at your profile and see how socially intelligent you are in your face. You actually do this subconsciously yourself. You can look at a photo and see if a guy's like holding his body in a weird way. You can see if he's man, I can't even do it right now. I'm not in that headspace. But this photo right here is a good point of what I'm trying to get at. That photo is an apologetic smile. My body language is uncomfortable. I look uncomfortable. Girls don't want to swipe on me. Whereas like for you see a hot girl, despite the fact that she's uncomfortable or not, you'll still swipe on her. Girls care a lot about the emotions, the way you're looking. Make sure you have really good emotions. You feel very free-flowing, excited, you're laughing. And if you're not laughing, you're feeling very like just cocky with it. That's the energy that matters a lot in these photos. So let's get back into it.
Skill sets don't translate to that platform. So I tell this to a lot of dudes, like, get off of that. Go learn a hobby that you actually interact with the opposite sex. There's plenty of them out there, right? Go do stuff that gives you a chance to actually interact with them. But if you're not going to do that, you're going to limit your opportunities to meet them. I mean, I know dudes who fucking work at a tech company, or they work at fucking Future Shop or Best Buy, and it's like just dudes working there. And they don't have any hobbies, they don't have anything, and they're all around. Look, you have no way to meet people. Your job doesn't even give you an opportunity. And most people meet at work. So my advice to folks is like, understand what you got going for you and then work accordingly. Not everyone's going to have the best hand dealt to them. Online dating wasn't for me. I had a bit of success there, but very limited. Okay? I had to learn to do other shit. So I understand it's a struggle. I know it's hard. I know like being invisible. I know what it's like. When you've been swiping all day, right? You've been swiping. Days have passed by. Your homies is getting matches. They going on dates. They talking about how they get laid. You're not getting nothing. And sometimes when you do get matched and it's hot, it's a fucking bot. Some girl trying to sell you on her cam. Like, it's crazy. That shit'll piss a man off. When you hot match, if I match with a hot girl now, I don't even believe she's real.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm like, why are you talking to me, bot? Sometimes it's a real person. And they like, what the fuck's your problem? So just understand that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I'm not rude. It's just that hot matches with bot. It rhymes with hot mat. It rhymes with bot.
The only messages I usually get on dating apps are from the dating apps itself. A while ago, I made a joke video talking about how I am literally the cover man for being ghosted or ignored and how to handle it. I've tried a wide assortment of like pictures.
Okay, let me just put it out this way. You're covering your face right here. You're out of the shot, and I don't know how this is supposed to be helping you out or like what your thought process was. This photo right here is out of focus. I get it, you're trying to do this, but the photo itself, the way you're holding your body doesn't look natural. It looks unnatural. It looks like you're trying. I can't even see your face. I can't see your face in any of these. I feel like you're actually, even the way you're doing your profile right here, I'm going to say this, you're uncomfortable about your face, so you're trying to hide it. Because you're doing this all your photos. All your photos are hiding your face. So girls don't even know what you look like. Of course they're going to swipe a certain way with you. And you look like you look uncomfortable in all your photos. Like, I can see it in your eyes. You look uncomfortable in this photo. And I don't know what you're trying to say here with like the middle finger. Like, that's it just looks a little bit autistic the way you're doing this. I would take way different photos. Look at the guys. So I know you said that you did a lot of research on this. You did all this different stuff. You did the closing the girls said to do. Don't listen to the girls. Look at the guys that are kicking ass on these profiles. Look at the top guys. Copy them. You're not doing this. You're trying to hide yourself.
Like some rap legends to like really good outfits.
This photo, you're sitting in a lawn chair in the corner, trying to look relaxed. Like, why are you in this? You look like you're in a halfway house. Dude, get outside. Smile. Hang out with friends. You look like you're not even smiling. You're not even holding an emotion on your face. And again, you're so far that people can't even... I don't even know what you look like, honestly, still. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you this. It's not because of your looks that your photos aren't doing that good. It's because you're not reading the social cues. Look, like, why are you in this room? The girls are going to look at this photo and be like, why is he in this room? And they're going to swipe on you because it's not showing social intelligence. You're not looking socially intelligent, sitting in this room, taking a photo in front of a crappy door in a crappy room, like in a crappy chair with like clothes that don't fit you, where I can't even see your face. Of course, they're going to swipe a certain way with you.
My friend designs themselves, and she's a girl, and she was like, oh, these would be cool outfits. We did photo shoots and everything, and I talked about my...
See, again, this photo is out of shot, and it makes you look a little bit gayish, the way you're doing this, or with you're holding the jacket down a little bit, and you don't look very confident. You look in your head. You look a little bit in your head. Your photo's it's out of focus. There are so many things about this that that you posted this that are showing that you're a little bit socially unintelligent. Girls aren't gonna like that. Again, having an authentic smile, like I still like again, I don't even know what your eyes are, what your eyes look like. You're always looking like away or around. Like I still don't know what you look like 100%. Even though this is a good side profile. To be fair, out of all your photos, this one right here is the best, but it's not what it should be.
Power.
It just makes you. The very first thing is I think that you look soft. You don't look very masculine. If you went on a date with a girl, which a girl wants a man, she's gonna feel like you're gonna supplicate to her, and you might have a chance of being weird. Girls are so adverse to going on weird dates. Girls have gone on so many weird dates. I'm a guy and I go on weird dates. Your profile gives me a feeling like you'd be weird on a date. That's the problem. You don't look confident. You look in your head. You're hiding. Your photos are out of focus. Your clothing actually is not that good. For in terms of like attracting girls, it actually looks. I get it. You're trying to do like this high fashion look, I guess is what you're trying to go for. But dress like the guys they're doing with girls, not this high fashion stuff, because the high fashion stuff is not what girls go for. Dress like the guys that look like the guys that get the girls. That's what you want to go for. You want to go for that box. You want to make a girl think, oh, this is the guy that I usually go for, and that's what's going to make her swipe right on you.
Hold on. And it was he does have that was funny. That was funny. That was great. But in a normal...
See, I don't know how it is on Bumble, but on Tinder, 85% of your profile that makes girls swipe right on you is your photos. 85%, 15% is your bio. I don't know how it is on Bumble, but that's the spread for Tinder from what I understand from a couple studies. I don't know exactly how they determined this, but 85% is your photos. Yes, that was comedic timing. It was good, but he really needs to touch up his photos. Photos are huge in this. And again, we look at what we can control, not what we can't. His photos need to get improved. And like at least take them to Photoshop, get them cleaned up. Like color them, make them look a little different. Like I can make a photo pop on Photoshop. I can send it out to a guy in Fiverr and get it paid to get it to look good. Like why are you not like why are you not even getting your photos tested? See which photo, get them all tested, see which one's your best photo, put that one very first, and then the other ones cascade it. And then if they're not good, take thousands of photos. Dude, I promise you didn't take thousands of photos. Yeah, these are the photos you chose.
I think it would be fun.
You gave up before you should have.
I had even picked up the Bumble Premium Lifetime. I'm a member forever. I got the super swipes that I just stopped using because every time I super swipe somebody, it just nothing really happened. And then I turned on Spotlight almost every single day, and I still don't get any
did that at the very least.
Matches. I have friends that are girls, and they always say, "John, you'll be a great boyfriend," or "I can't believe you don't have a girlfriend yet." And then I'm like, well, you could change that. And they'd be like, nah, I probably...
See, I already watched this, so I already know what he's going to say, and I totally agree with him. Dude, look, here's my thing. If you are so quick to switch on your girls like that and be like, well, why don't you date me if you think that I'm this way? Dude, you're not actually friends with these girls. You want something out of them. Dude, to be fair, you're not in a place to actually be friends with girls yet. You need more abundance in your life because you don't actually care about them as people. You're looking at them as like opportunity. You're a vulture. You're waiting for these girls to have a weak moment so they'll date you. Fuck that shit. Get rid of them. Learn to be a man. Learn to be masculine. Learn to be a man on your purpose. Because you're doing none of these things. And all you're doing is whining and you're looking at it and you're like, woe is me. And yes, I did the same thing. So don't think I'm attacking you. Because I used to do the same thing when I was younger. Just think about it this way. All right? There's so much in your control and you're blind to it right now. You're again, like the last guy, you're kind of liking your victimhood. Fuck your victimhood. Fuck it. Become a warrior in this shit. Like, figure it out. Go to the drawing board. All these things that I just said, that was a small sliver of things you could do in your profile. There's so much you can do.
In our friendship.
The fact that you're even looking at girls that you call supposed friends and talking about you could change that already, your approach to them is like you've thrown yourself into the dungeon. You are in that friend zone, okay? You put yourself there. To get out of that bitch is impossible for most people. So you also have to understand, you even being disappointed by the fact that somebody would say you'd make good boyfriend materials. Like, bro, you've put yourself in a situation with a girl that you don't want to be your friend. You want her to be your girlfriend. So you have to also acknowledge like the mistakes that you're making that are contributing to your situation. I never had no girl tell me like, you make a good boyfriend. I'm like, damn, but you could be my girlfriend. That's lame, bro.
That's so creepy.
That's lame. So you have to acknowledge like,
that's so
you
weird.
don't want these friends. You want them for girlfriends. And you need to stop doing that shit.
So maybe we shouldn't say things like, you would make a great boyfriend to me, because it kind of like messes my head up a little bit.
They're not messing up your head.
So girls don't understand what it means to like be attractive as a guy, and they're like, well, all these other guys that I go for, they're assholes, and I just go for assholes. But you're a nice guy, and I don't ruin you because there's a girl out there that likes you. The same guys that you like, every girl likes. The cream of the crop rises to the top. All the girls go for that. The rest of them, it's a cascade effect. It's an exponential curve. Everybody wants the girls. Guess what? That means there's competition, and there's a small percentage of the people at the very top. There's I can't remember the term for it. There's a term for this. The top 20% are getting 80% of the girls, and the top 1% are getting like, oh my god, almost all the girls. And to be a guy that stands out, you have to be competitive. And girls don't get this. Girls don't understand this. So they look at you and they're like, oh, so you know what? You're the guy that I should go for logically, but they're emotional creatures. So they go what they want emotionally. So they go for the bad boy that ultimately breaks their heart, unfortunately. And oftentimes it is like a recurrence of traumas that they lived through in their childhood. So the girls that go for guys like that, you wouldn't want to date to begin with. Fucking them is okay, but a girl that's reliving her trauma of her childhood or reliving the past of her childhood is not the girl you want to date. You want to go for somebody more healthy-minded. But then again, that girl as well will only go for masculine guys, a guy that's going to put her in her feminine. Do you feel like you're that kind of guy? I really don't think you are. You're not free of outcome with these girls. You're not free of outcome with anybody. And because you're not free of outcome, because you don't assume those girls should be around, of course they don't want to date you. They want a guy who's abundant, who is alpha, I hate the word alpha, who is self-assured, who is putting his comfort first, who is willing to be authentic and real with her, as opposed to trying to be this nice guy manipulative game that most guys play that are in his category. You're not actually nice. You're not actually nice. You're nice because you're being manipulative, which is creepy and gross and weird. And that's why you get the creepy effect when you approach a girl. Not because of your looks, not because of anything else, because you're like playing this game. Like, what do I have to do to get you like me? Manipulate yourself, not the girl. Make yourself laugh. Make yourself feel the emotions that you want her to feel. Make yourself the man that will get the attraction from the girl. So when you walk up to her and you're laughing, you're being authentic, you're being cocky, you're being witty, being masculine, the girl's like, oh my God. And she falls in your arms. She melts into your arms. And that's what I'm trying to get at. You're not taking advantage of things that you have control over. You're actually just becoming this dark, weird, creepy worm, and you think you're being a nice guy. You're not being a nice guy. Sorry for being harsh. I felt the same thing, and I have I went through the same fucking thing when I was a kid, when I was younger, and I know this headspace, and it sucks and it hurts, dude. There's so much you can do to fix this.
Messing up your head. A lot of guys are out here lying, talking about, yeah, I got a bunch of girlfriends. No, you don't. You have girls you're hoping to date.
Yeah.
And you're being friendly with them.
You have a bunch of girls that you're around, and you waiting for them to be vulnerable, and then you be like tying your shit.
Yeah.
That let's be honest. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You be friends around them, and then when they're vulnerable, you're like, maybe I could be the next one.
Yeah.
And you're just deceived every time. That's what it is.
And I get it. Because for me, I used to say this all the time. Like, I couldn't do the whole friendship with ladies. Like real friendships. I could be cordial, I could be cool, amicable, see them what's up. But I'm talking about like we just hanging out amicably all the time, and like I couldn't do that because generally I would be attracted to them. So I'm like, I'm not going to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now in my older years, it's a lot easier because I don't even want it. I don't give a shit.
You've been through that.
I've been through that. So now I can't have homegirls that are, and I don't even think about it like that. You get me? But you're not there. So a lot of guys have to stop lying.
See, and here's the thing too. You need to, if a girl's your girl, like is a friend that's a girl, she's your friend. Treat her like she's your friend. You want what's best for her. You're not trying to play this manipulative game. I'm not gonna lie. I do end up oftentimes sleeping with my female friends, but it's not the ultimate goal of what I'm trying to do. I care about them as people. Like I authentically care. And I'm not trying to get anything extra out of them. I'm not being their friend so I can somehow manipulate them into a relationship. I don't care. I care about them as a person. There's a certain level of abundance where your cup floweth over. You need to feel like girls and money and all this kind of stuff, the friendships are abundant. And I don't know how you have to get yourself into that headspace. For me personally, it was by getting the abundance first and then realizing that over time and time again of losing the girls, winning the girls, getting the girls back, getting a girlfriend, losing a girlfriend, getting a girlfriend back that's even better, finding new ways of improving, then getting my results even better and better and better, and figuring out ways of speaking that makes me more attractive. And guess what? I learned that no matter what, this girl, in one form or another, whether this girl decides to leave, stay, or go, she will be replaced. The same way that I'll be replaced in her life. If she evolves, she'll get a better version of me. And if I evolve, I'll get a better version of her. She leaves, it's like shedding the skin. I'm shedding the skin. I'm a snake shedding the skin. And I'm molting so I can grow bigger and stronger. In the same way, you need to do the same thing. Get comfortable with the fact that you can lose somebody, something, that a girl is supposed to be there. And the only way you can do that is to honestly build abundance. Get yourself out there. Go and hit the drums. My thing that I say for guys to do is go and approach girls, because that is so incredibly powerful as a self-development tool. Girls will punish you relentlessly for being an asshole, for being manipulative, for being creepy, for being weird. And it's painful. Yes, it is painful at first. But once you get over the hump, you'll become a lot more charismatic, and you'll become a lot more abundant people and a lot more authentic. And that's what I'm trying to get across in this video. These guys, they think they're nice guys, and they think they're the perfect catch for any girl. No, they're not. No, they're not, because the girls aren't dating them. Because if they were the perfect catch, the girl would date them. So what does the girl want? She wants a masculine guy. She wants a guy of high status. She wants a guy that's cool, that's fun, that's free, that is authentic with her, willing to tell her off when she's being an asshole. That's what a girl wants. Not this supplicating, I'm going to be a small, meek, and mild, like, neutered creature so that you will like me. So look at me, I'm not intimidating. No, she wants to be intimidated. She wants a guy out of her league, not a guy that's below her in status. Truth.
To themselves, okay? They're not messing up your head. Now, the one addendum that I would say is, like, some women will sometimes keep dudes that they know are into them as friends, and they're dishonest about it too. So some women do that. But you have to acknowledge your part in this, because that's the only thing that you can control. And you have 100% control of that situation. So I just want to say that.
Definitely.
If you're wondering how the spotlight is going, I do the 150 minutes, so I show up in front of people for a long time. After a while, I kind of just came to the realization that I'm just not anybody's type, which is okay, you know. It used to bother me and like have me like down, but at some point it becomes normal, like the status quo.
Dude, you're not even a bad looking guy. Like, this guy thinks he's an ugly dude because he has like just a crap personality, because he has an unattractive personality, because he has a mentality that is very unattractive. Dude, you can switch up so much, change so much. Dude, I know the headspace you're in, and I know it sucks, but there's so much you can change.
You find yourself inside of your room. Maybe my bio is too like goofy.
It's not your bio.
And I say that I'm a goofball.
Though I'll say this too, on Bumble, it's sometimes brevity is key, and you don't want to sell yourself. You're selling yourself right now. Yes, there are certain things you can say that kind of like, anytime I put anything in my bio, so a girl will like want to, it'll be a conversation starter, or it'll be something about me looking for what I want to look for, what I'm looking for. So then the girl feels like she has to chase me instead. You're like talking about yourself, trying to sell yourself. Girls, like, you're instantaneously putting yourself below the girl in value by trying to sell yourself like this.
I'm from the South, proud of my Southern roots.
You shouldn't be trying to sell yourself ever on these dating apps, ever.
I would love to have adventures with people. It might be my swipe right if you guys, because I truly believe that communication is the number one responsibility of both people inside of the relationship. You should be able to talk to each other about anything without being vulnerable or feeling as if the other person is going to judge you, because nobody wants that in a relationship. But if you're out there and you have never had anybody match with you or anybody interested in you, or never really felt love and affection or physical touch from another person, do what I do and just get a bunch of like plushies and giant pillows. It works wonders. Like I got a lot of things to cuddle with, so I'm okay. You know?
Even the apologetic smile at the end. He's not okay. That poor guy. I think that's the end of this video. Let me double check. Oh, actually, some more.
I'm okay.
Hey, I'm fine. No. I'm not hurt by that comment. Okay, all right. Jokes aside.
Yeah, I think he's a cool dude. He's a cool dude. You have a lot of potential, but the social media is not necessarily going to highlight that thing. The social media and the social dating is really good for average girl. It boosts your ego, and I'm not saying it's not hard for average girl. I'm an average girl, and it's not good for you. Then that means you're ugly.
Girls are so picky and finicky on these dating apps. Even the top guys get a swipe on by like 40% of the female population, whereas like a top girl, she can just like, and it's just absolutely insane. So as a guy, you have to understand, And these girls, they'll swipe right on like 6, 7 guys. They'll like the 6 or 7. They'll talk to the 6 or 7, and they stop using the app. You might see them on the app, but they're not active either. These girls are very quick, and they get like so many guys thrown at them because the girls are the choosers up front. They're early side choosers, and then guys are the choosers on the back end. We choose if we want to be in a relationship. Like a high quality guy chooses, do I want to date you? Because I have so many options in women. Do I want to date you? Cool, yes, no, whatever. And that's the thing the girls have an issue with, is the dating part. Will the prince date me? Will the prince decide to make me his queen? Or is he gonna put me with his concubines? So in the same way, we have power in the back end, but that's power in the back end when you learn how to have easier time with the front end, which is why I teach the channel the way I do, because guys need to be taught the front end, whereas girls have an easy time with the front end. And if I were to coach girls, I would coach them on the back end, which is where the girls actually need the most training. They need to learn how to be healthy-minded. They need to learn how to act a certain way. The girls and guys have a different situation completely. So, because girls have the advantage on the front end, and because they get to choose who gets procreated, who doesn't, guess what? They're obviously going to choose the top cream of the crop, the 1% as well. So the cream rises to the top. They're going to be swiping, and they're going to see the very top guys, and they're going to say hi to those guys, obviously. All right.
But
so don't get your head about it.
Other than that, it's just that type is not good for you. It's not that you're not nobody's type. It's the dating app is not your thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's really that.
Mm-hmm.
That's really that. You got comedy timing and stuff like that. Start a new comedy. Start dancing classes. Take language classes. Go out there and prove yourself and stuff like that. But the dating classes, that's not you. Go on improv night. Go ahead.
You say he's really cool, right?
But I think he's cool. Yeah.
We see that because we're seeing him through this lens. A lot of times you could have somebody you think is cool in your life, then you see them with the opposite sex and they start acting goofy or funny.
Yep.
They start acting outside themselves. Some of you just need to get used to just talking to the opposite sex and recognizing that they're human beings and people, and not this like desperate thing that can like make you happy. All right. Some of y'all come up and the way you talk to ladies, like, bro, I saw you 5 minutes ago, you were normal.
So he's coming from a headspace that it's like this just be normal headspace, which I love the still frame that I stopped on. That's hilarious. Look, here's the thing. You can't just skip steps. Like, so for a quick second, this guy's not going to learn this lesson. This guy's going to like try to fake faux pas learn this lesson and be like, no, I don't care. And then go MGTOW or whatever it is. But there is a certain point where you got to keep like banging the drums and to get over it. Because at some point you're going to get punished. And you're going to maybe trick some girl into dating you. And then that falls through because obviously you weren't authentic, or maybe because she saw your trauma and she had equal-sided trauma on the other side. And then you guys break up, and then you grow from it. Then you evolve. Then you learn. Then you study. Then you try to learn from your mistakes. Then you learn what you wanted a girl. Maybe you learn the ways of speaking differently. Maybe you learn ways of moving differently. Maybe you learn ways of looking at a girl in a way that says, "Yeah, I'm that kind of guy." And now, guess what? Because you're acting like the guy that she finds attractive, she gets attracted to you. That's what I'm trying to get across. There's so much stuff you can work on, and this guy's not going to be able to skip steps. This guy has to go through the trials and errors, and that's something that a lot of people that aren't coaches don't understand. If you're here, and I want you to get here, you're not going to be able to skip all these steps. You have to go here, then you have to go here, and 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 you stack it little by little until finally you pass all the levels, you beat all the bosses, now you win the game. And now you're at the top, and now you're just looking down and looking back at everything you did, and look at that journey, and you're like, God damn, I did that shit. And you're like, I'm a G. And you walk up on a girl, and she loves you. You can't just skip steps. So he's trying to talk to this guy in a way that'll make him skip steps. This won't work. This guy needs to go out there and honestly put his face to the grindstone and figure it out. And I mean violently. Like violently figure it out. He's gonna cry, he's gonna hurt, and that's what change is. Change is hurt. It's breaking yourself down, it's breaking the bone so you reset it. When he needs to break his bone so you reset it. And it's painful, it is. Going through ego death to become something different, because to get something different, you have to become something different. And it's a slow-moving process. It's changing like all these habits and mindsets and beliefs, little by little, pulling the weeds out of this massive garden. It's tough, but it's a journey that he should take and he has to take if you were to really want to get good at this. But then again, this is a very competitive field, men and women. This guy's going to probably like find one girl that likes him enough, and he's going to settle for her. And that's what most guys do. Which I hope if you're watching this video, you're not that kind of person. I don't think it's I think as a man, you should always be on your purpose. And I think pain is one of those things that makes you a little bit more edgy. And I like the edge. I like being a little edgy. I like having that wit. I like being a little bit smarter than others. I like feeling in control of my life, as opposed to making it like it feeling like it's falling apart, or like I don't have levers that I can pull on. I like this shit. And that's what I like. It's more about the journey than the end goal, which this guy, hopefully, if you ever were to take this advice or even watch this channel to begin with, I hope that he would be able to take this advice in a way that he can receive it well without getting ego about it. But who knows?
You're just stumbling all over your words, and you're saying things that even you think is absolutely cringe. Maybe you just need to start to get used to just talking to the opposite sex without wanting anything. Don't get their number. Don't ask them out on a date. Just have a regular ass conversation with them, right? Get used to just doing that.
Yeah.
Any girls. Just be comfortable around them.
And also, you're reading off your profile, trying to figure out this stuff. Another thing that I also think a lot of people are not honest about, okay, is that they say, I don't get no matches. No, you don't get no matches that are up to your standards. Maybe the standards that you have are too high. That's not just ladies. There's dudes out there who don't understand what their market value is based off the picture or profile that they got, okay? Mm-hmm. You guys are a 4 or 5 on Tinder, okay? Expecting to get to 7 and 8s. In real life, you might be a 6 or a 7. I don't know. But on Tinder, your pictures aren't that great. Mm-hmm. You don't translate well. Your standards are too high for that platform. You got to recognize that. Because I promise you, if I took over your profile for half a day, I'd get some matches. You might not like the way they look. You might not want to get with them, but you would get matches. Which means it's not that you're completely undesirable. You're just not desirable to the people that you want based off however you set your shit up. Maybe it's time to lower your standards. That's also a possibility. I can't say because I don't know you personally. But this is just general advice for a lot of people out there. Because like the 2 guys we saw, they weren't ugly. No. I know ugly people. They were just average. Yeah. Maybe slightly below average. There's ugly motherfuckers out there. I know them. That's not you.
When we talk about...
It's his emotions. They're so depressing.
Busted.
Quasimodo, nigga. You not Quasimodo. That's not you. Right? So you also have to be honest about why you're failing and where that's coming from. Right? So
I mean.
What?
I could use a little bit of skincare product on your face. I don't know. A little tea jelly. You know what I mean?
We're not doing an act. No, we're not even doing that. I'm not even going to do that to him. I'm not even going to do that. But, listen, I know it's a struggle. I know it's hard.
It is.
Because when all you know is rejection, it's like impossible to imagine you on the other side. But like I've seen a lot of my friends go through, like I've seen myself go through, you can't.
All right, I think he's probably done with this. Yes, he is.
On your side.
All right, here, I'm not going to make you guys watch more of this because at this point, I'm just like ripping them off. I'd prefer not to do that. Here's my speech in that case. Look. Focus on what you have control over, not what you don't. Right now, you might not see the levers immediately, but as you keep putting effort and focus into this, and you put intelligent effort, and you try new avenues, you just try new thing. Occasionally, something might work a little bit better. And you're like, oh shit. And then you find a new tool that you can use. And you get a new toolkit you can use. Now, you maybe keep pushing it. And then you start getting better at finding new ways of improving things. But a lot of my job is honestly finding creative solutions to complex problems. My thing is coming up with solutions to your problems when it comes to women. There's so many things that you can do in so many different ways, even with dating apps. I'm gonna say this: there is more of a skill ceiling in dating apps, but it's a lot higher than you think it is. And once you get it set up, it's easy as all hell. It's so easy. It's one of those things that I promise that you can get good at if you wanted to. If that was one of those things you wanted to do, and that's why me and Avery were creating this product. The product we're gonna be coming out with is probably in late March now. We've been working on it for a while. We've been hectic, flying around doing boot camps, working on our stuff. I've been, running my ass off trying to get this thing set up, building like the product, building up all the layers of it, finding new ways of coaching so that I can express these ideas to you guys in a way that I think will help you out and benefit you. So look forward to the product. I hope you guys enjoy it when it does come out. If you guys have any questions, leave in the comment section below. And with that being said, peace.